everybody. We are back with part 2 of our third episode of City of Fog. We've met our 2 new characters pretty decently. We got a lot of really cool ideas around them both, actually. And we're now going to go into debts with them, and then we're going to do the start of session move, which is the first time we've actually done it for this. The first 2, we had a lot of stuff going on, and so I kind of wanted to explore that. But I think this time it'll be good to at least, especially get people kind of connected and everything. So I'll
use some game mechanics.
I'll switch over to the Roll20 sheet so I can bring this stuff up. And would either of you like to go first for covering your debts? Have some ideas on them, you think? Or?
Badass sword.
Okay, so someone makes me make sure I get fed regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? Could it be one of the players currently present?
It could be.
Not me.
It could
It's
be.
gonna be me.
It could be me, but I'd have to have just met you and then figured it out. But we could work it out.
Okay.
It definitely feels like Carlisle's shtick.
Yeah, I'm happy to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the Spectre, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I guess that Carlisle, did you deal with supernatural stuff when you were alive?
I dealt with everything. I don't think I did supernatural too much, but crime's crime, right? People want something, you get it for them. It doesn't matter if it's supernatural or it's a drug or it's women or it's alcohol, whatever you want.
Yeah, so maybe you started...
Provide what people want. That's your job.
The thing is, I was thinking that my character is capable of making sure I get fed regularly, but someone is for some reason has asked someone to basically watch me and make sure I don't try to not do it for some reason. Like maybe at points in the past I've. If
someone wants to come and ask me to do that, I'm a ghost. I can keep tabs on you real easy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we can make it Carlisle, and then we can kind of explore that also. Like why we can leave the why kind of up in the air. Cool. And then we can explore that maybe sometime too.
Yeah, I have this thing where walls aren't a huge problem, so keeping tabs on you isn't that hard.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say,
I owe you 2 debts.
Maybe Carlisle knows someone from the local vampire conclave here.
Dude, I said my need is allies. I want to know everybody.
Uh-huh.
And
I
so
want to know everybody.
the second he got a chance to help, he leaped on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, we can explore it at sometime. But yeah, it's kind of very cool.
Just an idea.
Oh yeah. So the next one is someone relies on you for their fix. They owe you a debt.
Okay. Now this is what something popped up in my head when I saw this, and that was that. You know, in all this fiction about vampires, there's the idea that humans have a extremely good experience when they're fed on by vampires.
Yeah, it's like for some reason it's like pleasurable almost to them.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the thing of sharing
I'm not
emotions
saying
with
this is
somebody.
related to relying on you for their fix, but a thought regarding that was that when humans are emotionally fed on by a vampire, they get this sense of overwhelming clarity that is less the unless it gets down to that level where the vampire
can you give them epiphanies so people think of them as the muse idea, where it's this person's my muse, they gave me this great idea, and actually it's because they shared an emotion with you. And then they got this clarity moment where they got an epiphany of something.
Maybe it's every person feels it different. Some people are it's emotional clarity. Some people are like that where it's wow, I feel inspired now, or it's almost like that where it's different for people depending on who they are and how they react to it. So someone actually likes being fed on. Is what you're,
can we get humans
Pal?
who like being fed on? That's
that would be those who are masochistic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost thought
quiet?
about a surgeon who's emotions make my job harder, so I have to get rid of them constantly.
Yeah.
Oh god! The supernatural mafia would employ a vampire to make their underlings more more easily commanded.
So
turn them into drones.
Who were you thinking, Lane?
It's freaky.
If it doesn't, the thing is, it could be that, and then we could go for an NPC if someone doesn't want to like go in and say, I like getting fed on by vampires.
Right.
Or we could go for, if someone has like some kind of addiction, then I could provide that for them that has nothing to do with me feeding on them.
Sure, yeah.
Just like
And that
yeah,
might,
so does
and that
anyone
could
have
deal
an
with maybe
addiction?
why you came here as well.
Yeah.
I
of the
have an
How
alcohol
about-
addiction, but
how
I have a
about you are
spectral hit flask. I'm
providing-
fine.
How about you are providing me with like people that I have to pay attention to like this my passion
What if-
fetish.
What if
quote
you guys
unquote.
made like? What if you guys made like a balance off each other? Like he's the one that feeds and she's the one that gives. And so when you kind of like you saw her move
Oh
in
god.
and you saw
Yes.
everything that was going on, and so you decided like this is the perfect way to keep low profile without keep people like doing suicide.
Oh.
I do like that idea,
That's
but I'm not
cool.
sure it fits for the relies on you for their fix thing.
Just
Because-
throwing
Mhm.
ideas.
Yeah, I do like that idea. Maybe we'll include that, and it has nothing to do with the debt.
Sure,
But,
yeah.
So maybe let's just make it an NPC. Someone.
Give us a name, Tux.
Give us a name. Spin the wheel.
Do you have an idea of who they are, or?
Let's not make them like pointless. So
Make them a
maybe. Sorry.
Make him a vampire.
Yeah, Tux will include all NPCs one way or another. Don't worry about that. No one's really pointless if they
And
have a
let's
name.
see.
They're important.
Yeah, but
The stream's gonna see
Jan,
my
who
character
works at
map,
the
so I'm gonna
nursery,
look around and see maybe there's a.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel on the names.
Oh my god, Ginger is secretly getting fixed from vampires.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god.
God.
Oh,
Okay, so
But
you
that's
are.
an unseelie being on a fae.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I wonder how that works.
I assume that's a.
I
That's a
mean,
recipe for destruction. That is.
maybe she just goes
Did
to
you
you
imagine a
for
fae
some
with
regular.
fae powers?
Okay,
if
let's.
they
Okay,
got trained?
Yeah,
you,
maybe we should just go
there
for
is
more
a
regular drugs.
There's a man named Faraji, who
Okay.
is a street performer,
Yeah.
and so I think he. I'll ask you that, like, what does he come to you for?
He's a human, right?
Yeah,
Or a wizard?
he's a human.
Okay. I think, yeah, he probably comes to me because he likes getting fed on. And
Very
it
cool.
inspires his performances, maybe?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. What
He-
exactly does it inspire?
He's a street performer because he's one of the living statues. So he goes to you to get rid of his emotions, so he can just stand there in place for all day.
Oh yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
This
Yeah.
This game's awesome.
What's the thought that I just had?
That's why human statues are a thing. They let vampires feed on them.
Oh yeah. My idea was, I was just thinking, why didn't I think of a job in which it would be really easy to feed on people's emotions? Drug dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm friends with you.
And that's cool because that kind of.
It's possible I'm also
That makes him
you're
close to
one of your
Montland.
customers.
So is that why you came to San Francisco? Are you like getting in on this on the kind of the
Yeah, maybe.
can you sell
maybe
drugs in the
someone
Monarch?
sent me to like a larger like part of this unseelie court that is involved in like drug trafficking and stuff.
yeah.
Oh, can
Sent
you
me to
totally do
basically
the-
set up here. I'm the
Can you
scene.
totally do the nightclub selling
Cool.
where you walk through the nightclub and sell to like crazed teens and stuff at the Monarch? At the Monarch.
Sure.
Is unseal like a general Fey term, or is it from something specific?
It's like are you talking like in the real world? In which case, it's
Yeah,
like
in the real
folklore-based?
world. Because I was if it's a general Fey term, I like we can call it that. But if it's like from a thing, I was thinking we should like call it something different. Because I don't want. Like,
It's from
yeah.
like it's from folklore.
Okay,
Like,
it's a general. Okay, yeah, we can use
Yeah,
it then.
it's
General
essentially
folklore.
like the good.
Yeah, it's
the
not tied to a
light side
book
of-
series.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's the shadow side of Fae, essentially, and all these like more that have a negative connotation are from unseelie court, while those of a good connotation are from the sea.
Yeah, it's just like folk tales.
Okay.
Some like fiction has referred to it in the past, but it's just from
Got it. Okay, cool.
And it's like a Gaelic, Celtic. There's
Scottish
a lot of-
folklore.
Cool.
Scottish.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Scottish.
Awesome. So yeah, your court's kind of like it's super because you're mechanically you're a vampire, but fictionally you're kind of a fae also, so that's really cool. So it might be interesting for you to also take some fae moves and stuff too later on.
Yeah, if you
vampires can take
stuff.
fairy powers, so
That's really cool.
yeah, there is that.
So like your court kind of like, or your, is it even, would it be referred to as a court anymore, or would it be something different?
Yeah, I don't think it would be referred to as a court. I think
Yeah.
we kind of like try to separate ourselves from the fae.
Would it be a
sort of.
cabinet then?
Coven.
Would it be a cabinet?
Coven. A parliament.
Something like that. Yeah, it's just, like your group sent you here to kind of like
Yeah,
start
we'll,
on this.
we'll call it a group for now, and I'll come up
Yeah.
with a cool name.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's the
Cool.
mausoleum.
So did they also are you alone here for now, or did they send someone else, like other people too?
Yeah, maybe they sent some people with me.
Okay, cool, sure.
But I think I was supposed to like lead
Establish
the
your own
start
little-
of the operation, basically.
Sure, okay.
Start off the
To
operation.
lead the
Yeah,
operation
you're supposed to establish
here.
territory. Establish
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
territory.
think
Yeah, pretty
whatever
much.
whatever
Establish
this
territory.
this do you think whatever like this group is, are they like an oligarchy where it's like there's a couple of really main high ups that run
That's what
the
I'd
group?
assume. Yeah, that's what I'd assume.
Cool. Close that. Bring you back up, and let's see what was the last one here. Someone bears responsibility for you becoming a vampire. They owe you a debt.
That's interesting.
And then so fictionally we can, let's see how we can kind of, since we've kind of changed how
Francois.
vampires are created, like it's not just you feed and then become one, like
Is it someone pushed you to do the first kill drain? Or the first complete drain of somebody?
Oh, maybe we could just say, "Oh, my parents."
Yeah,
yeah.
you could.
And then well,
Parents, they owe responsibility for me becoming a vampire.
so you want to have your parents come in because you want to make sure that the person the
Yeah,
debts
yeah. I know.
are actually going to come into play. So you would want to see your parents actually come into.
If he
things?
fucks up, they'll send his dad to go fix
Oh
it.
my gosh! Are your parents the high ups in the?
Is your
They're
parents
part of the
Dark Fae?
oligarchy. Yeah, they're in the
Probably, yeah.
oligarchy.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So do
And
you
then
want
he's an embarrassment to the family, and they send one of the
Oh
big.
my gosh.
His dad, who's one of the big guys, to go get things in line.
Cool.
Yeah.
So is it your father or your mother that you want to have the debt, or that you want to owe the debt to?
Let's go with mother.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's actually they owe you a debt, so maybe
Oh.
yeah.
Is it there? You would.
Well, as I said, there's this sort of like I think there's this whole guilt surrounding the whole having children thing.
Yeah.
Because they're cursed. So I think to an extent, yeah, it wouldn't be a debt in the sense that it's just like open. It's like a constantly open unknown thing. But if I were to like strike
That's how
at
debts
their
work
heart,
in this.
it
It's
would
like,
work.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's how all debts are in this game. It's not like it's not always blatantly you owe me this. It's just like this is something you have over them to pull on.
I have a button I can push. It might only
Yeah.
work once, but I can
Okay.
push it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have do you want me to name your mother, or do you have a idea for her?
You can name her.
Okay, her name's gonna be
The
Esme.
big bad. I was going for the big bad Jenny, but okay.
Can,
No.
can we do this? Because I kind of see like the Monarch nightclub doesn't endorse you selling drugs there. I think it's kind of Carlisle's thing. Like Carlisle's trying to work it in.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
just
you
told
don't-
you to let this guy in. That's all.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, he's one of my friends. Let him in. And maybe I was like, great. I'm like, yeah,
sure. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
And then,
That's
and then
okay.
you get
Yeah.
a private moment, and you're like, Carlisle has friends.
Yeah.
fuck?
I mean, I guess it's fine, Carlisle. Sure, why not? And then like they're in the DJ club, and they like sometimes we haven't caught on to it yet, so it's like something that's on like the down low. I guess that's something. It's like you're like, hey, don't fucking tell Wraith. Whatever you do, these people like they're not cool with this, so just keep it on the DL.
I just like the idea. It's like, yeah, he's my friend. Let him in. Don't talk to him, and don't ask me about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah,
Cool.
sure.
Okay.
You're like, no, and then I like fuck with you. You're like, fine.
Yeah, fine. Let him in. Fine.
Cool.
Fuck, just stop.
All right, so now we can we have your debts kind of covered. So let's go over Ashen's
Nice.
debts.
Yeah, I want to turn those questions onto other players.
Sure.
So
yeah, here I'll find it.
which one of you broke an important promise to me and swore they would make it up to me?
Oh, that's
And what
totally
was the promise?
Nancy Pants over there. I'll make it up to you. I swear.
I
Was it
promise.
Wraith? Was it part of the
It's
apartment
totally
deal?
Wraith.
Or something like that?
Yeah,
Oh
maybe
my
it was
God.
Something with the apartment. Yeah, and I
swear
was
I'll have
very-
the down payment in by Wednesday.
I had to like ask my parents for something just so I could be a big adult. You know, I didn't have
You had
the
to ask
money or
them for the
something.
money, and it came through late,
Yeah.
and that screwed over
Yeah,
their
yeah.
books, and just
Yeah.
and you were like one of their biggest sales, and just God
Yeah,
damn it.
because it's a nice apartment. It's not like
Yeah, but
shitty.
they also they don't sell super regularly, right? They sell every few weeks, so they're waiting on
Yeah.
you to get the money through.
Right,
and
yeah.
messed up all their books.
So like
By the way,
I like fucked everything
By
up
the
for
way-
them.
yeah.
it says they owe you 2 debts. One for being late and one for tarnishing my reputation.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe I'm like I kind of have Jenny being like the go-to between the two, or Ginger being the go-to between the two of us, because I don't really want to deal with the confrontation.
Well, you're using your friend as an air cushion for that relationship.
Yeah,
That's great.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And she's a Fae, so it's like, hey, you're a Fae. Can you kind of just, talk
Help
to
me
her?
out with
Deal.
That's so
I
cool.
owe
And she's like, "You mean the
it.
deal you broke?" Yeah.
You mean the deal that you broke? That's really bad for my people. Yeah,
Yeah, and
that.
I'm like, Yeah, but but I helped you out, so it's fine. Yeah, I'm not a bad guy. Shit just did not work out, and I'm really sorry.
And it's so
Like,
funny
I
because
really-
that's actually true. It's not like Wraith is trying to fuck you over. It's just Wraith is like, no, it's actually the money. I'm actually having money troubles. Like, it's not that I.
Rafe owes
I
me 2 debts for apartment
Oh my
apartment
gosh.
deal and
I owe-
reputation.
I owed you debts to
Yeah.
Ashen.
That's what's so fucking cool about this game is like mundane stuff that just has supernatural elements into it. Like this is all about an apartment deal, but it's bad because you told a Fae you're gonna give him money and then you didn't give the Fae money that you tried to get from your wizard parents. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I got it eventually. I think I got the
Yeah,
money
exactly.
like
Right,
but
yeah,
it was
yeah.
way too late by the time I got it.
Yeah,
and then
but
they
you
were like,
still tarnished my reputation.
right, exactly.
And you,
Like that. Like
and
it's
you
still like,
promised me that you will make it right.
yeah.
yeah. I'm like, I'll make it up to you somehow. I promise.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Another question then.
Yeah.
Which one of you is keeping? I'm keeping something hidden for someone. They owe you a debt. So
Huh.
I think this would be the
I
vampire.
can't- Yeah, I was kind of thinking
Yeah.
about that,
Mhm.
and I
Maybe
think
you.
it might relate to you're keeping something hidden for me, right?
Yes.
Cool. I was thinking that it could have something to do with why the Spectre is being asked to keep an eye on me, and it's not something like a ball or like a trinket that you're keeping hidden. It's something I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you fucked up, and now I've been asked.
Did you
Keep an eye on
like
you.
did you feed on the wrong person or something like that? Like you fed on someone that you shouldn't have fed on?
Yeah, I think it would be going too far or causing something
Or,
big
yeah,
to
or something
happen,
like-
or semi-big, big in that something happened.
so I'm keeping it secret.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it happened near his place, right? So
Yeah. I think he
it
definitely
happened
knows
in his.
about it.
No,
Or she,
you're sorry. Yeah, she. You're a vampire, so and you want to be around people. So it happened in your apartment block somewhere.
Is it?
Oh.
There was like
is there
about-
something?
there
Is
was
there
like
like is
3
there like an
suicides.
apartment that Ashen has that's for sale, but Ashen's kind of keeping it off the books because there's something there that Lane doesn't want people to
okay.
know about?
Sure.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah, there was this weird,
Makes sense.
weird suicide pact there where a bunch of people died. No one knows why.
So
I'm still thinking about
They-
it. I think
And
it's
it's like too much heat.
the thing is.
Yeah.
I think that I think it's something to do. The idea I sort of had like vaguely, not going to go into it yet, but
Sure.
about the whole like why the Spectre's watching me and making sure I regularly get my fix is that in the past I've just refused whatsoever, like just refused to drain people to the extent that I've started going into withdrawal.
Oh, okay.
You're going a bit crazy,
and then you
and-
went crazy.
and then you go too
Yeah,
far.
I think there's something in the apartment that happened when I went crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
Could
leave it
that
at
be a
that.
thing where like you really enjoy feeding, but you also do a thing where you starve yourself so that it's super good when you do it again?
Oh
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not
So
sure.
how
I
are we
think I-
doing-
I think
what
I,
are we
like,
doing with the
have
debt?
whole, I think I have like a weird sort of like Catholic guilt thing, where like I do the bad things and then I feel really guilty about it.
You want to
So-
be better than who you are, but you
Yeah.
you always fall victim
So-
to your addiction.
Yeah, I really like doing it, and I do it for a while, and then I get really guilty and just
Right.
stop for too long.
I
Alright,
love
but you start
chocolate. I
thinking.
shouldn't eat it, but it's so
And
good.
so sometimes Carlisle has to like report and be like, dude, he hasn't eaten in a while. You have to get someone in there
Uh-huh.
soon, or it's going to get bad quickly.
Also, so the thing that I'm keeping is like his feeding ground, basically.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why his parents are like ashamed of him, because he's like he won't embrace like that, because he has this like emotional guilt of it's like you're a vampire, get
man.
the fuck over it. This is who you are.
Okay, so who
Stop
owes me
being
a debt?
ashamed.
So Lane owes you a debt for keeping this this apartment where is it where you go to
Okay.
feed, or is it like a place that or it's a place that something happened?
It's a place where something happened. I think
Yeah.
that's more interesting.
Okay, yeah.
I think
So, yeah.
I think he just like walked into like what are those called when everyone's like getting out of prison and they send them all to one house to rehabilitate.
house.
Oh, a halfway house.
Halfway.
It's a
Yeah,
halfway
like, he
house.
went-
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he like walked into a halfway house and just fucking wrecked everything in there, and
Oh,
it just
man,
became
that's
a
so good.
bloodbath. Like
Yeah.
in his meaning to feed, like he accidentally just killed everyone, and then
And
he
I-
went-
And I think it's kind of like, they're all in there. They're still
Yeah.
all in there, and I think it's
and
a
so
kind of
this
like
is this
it's
is high
been
on
like
the radar
magically
for cops.
sealed kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's high on the radar
for
there's
us.
this
Police,
door
you
that you
might
do not
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
And-
And so Ashley like has it on her books, but it's always like, well, what about this place? Oh no, it's getting bug blasted this weekend.
Renovated.
We can't go to that one. I've got this other place though. Like it's always
Exactly.
like it's just in a weird flux of real estate. Like it's owned.
I'd also
Yeah.
I'd also like to not say for certain what exactly did happen.
Sure.
We'll
that's fine.
work
Yeah,
out another
that's fine.
time.
Yeah,
Just
Awesome.
say
Yeah,
I
something
wrote-
something
I
dark.
wrote
Like
where
you did something there,
happened.
and
Yeah,
Ashley
there's
is
something
keeping it
behind the
hidden.
door.
Awesome.
Yeah, I literally wrote keeping away a halfway house where something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's way good
Mhm.
enough. And this is
Cool.
how I know Ashen, because she contacted me to. Someone contacted me
Yeah.
to do this.
Full circle,
so I know
baby.
you.
Full circle.
Oh yeah.
I know you.
Okay. Cool. The
Yeah.
last
Oh, you
one.
shit.
The last one
The
for
last-
Ashen is you entrusted someone with a dangerous task. Ask them if they succeeded or failed. So
I thought I'm in the middle of it, but whatever.
I would love that. I'll take that one.
Uh,
Okay, cool.
What would that be?
Let's
a
clean up the
dangerous-
halfway house.
No, I think it's still
Yeah.
there.
No, it's
You
still there.
No, it's still be
but-
there.
Let's
I
make
know.
something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know how my parents like will always swoop in and try to save the day. That's
Mhm.
kind of my thing. Is like no one really knows what my family does, and we're always kind of like shit goes bad. No one really knows why, but my family always shows up and kind of like cleans it up. And they're like, oh, perfect. I'm glad they showed up, but no one really knows what we do other than that.
Mhm.
We just kind of come
Yeah.
in and help sometimes.
Okay, so what kind of like?
What kind of task is it,
what-
and how did you fail it spectacularly?
Well, this one's actually interesting because you can we figure out if you succeeded or failed, and the debt is different depending on how it happened.
Cool, cool. Alright,
Yeah,
so,
so,
what you have? What did you need? What did you?
I didn't
need
assume the
done?
kid does anything right.
I mean, I'm sure you don't.
Yeah. What would Ashen need?
Maybe they needed, they've got the supernatural real estate thing going. Maybe they needed to get a meet with a client, and it's in like a really dangerous territory, and they needed to be
Oh, is he
escorted or
your
something and
in
arrange
with
a meeting or
the-
something like that.
It could also be like
don't
he's
know.
your in with the wizard market.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
as
And
in,
there was like a really
What? And it was
dangerous
like,
meet going.
Yeah.
and-
yeah,
Yeah,
meeting.
I need
It's gonna
people to
happen.
scout areas for me before I know which part of clientele I should assign them to, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
accidentally place like normal humans near a very powerful ley line.
yeah. So it was like,
Just
it was
in
like,
case.
so essentially you came into town and then you were friends with Ginger, and you're like,
Mhm.
Ginger, I need someone in the wizarding community, and she's like, I have just he's very trustworthy, like he protected my secret, you can trust him,
Yeah.
and then that turned you
And
towards me, and then that
Yeah,
turned
and
me
the
to my
task was
family, where I was
probably-
like, fuck, I need help.
Yeah, question is, was the task like you go scout or maybe find me someone who will like compile a list of places of power?
Right.
And
Well,
then we can-
it's important
Yeah.
to know it's a dangerous task. So whatever Wraith was asked to do, there was like it was dangerous. Like
Oh, he's totally could compile places of power, and then he would get suspicious why he wants to know.
Yeah,
that.
you have to. Yeah, and you had to like personally go there and take photos and stuff.
But I was actually excited about it. I was like, wait, I get to go find places of power. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
I think with the spells that I have, it probably worked out pretty well.
Okay.
Because I have both tracking and memory wipe. So
Sure.
it's like
So it's a dangerous
that,
task in that you
adapt.
succeeded. It's a dangerous task that you succeeded, but also you've just given away powerful locations that other very powerful wizards might not have wanted you to.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So since you you succeeded. So Ashen owes Wraith a debt actually, as well.
Yeah, you owe him a debt for helping.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So he owes me a debt.
Yeah.
I owe him debts. I think it became like a thing where it's like Ginger came asking for help, and I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, I'll help your friend. And and I probably don't understand the implications of maybe the information I gave
It's so
away.
interesting. Like it's like
that seems very racist.
You don't understand the implications of giving away the locations of powerful wizard places to people from another community. Yeah, couldn't go wrong at all.
No.
Amazing.
I kind of was just more excited about because I think when I was there, maybe I took the moment to maybe
Let's
learn
provide
stuff.
the Fae with our most powerful places.
Right, exactly. Like there's something weird going on at Coit Tower. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's really weird. You should check it out.
And I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome.
I owe you a debt because I have this list, and you can go to me to I control where this information goes.
Awesome.
But I'm also like in fiction. This was my first time I gained status in the city for having this list.
And it's really cool because now we have two player characters that owe debts on each other, which is a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I think me and we have one of those too.
Yeah.
We owe each other something.
So what was it exactly? What was the information exactly that I gave you?
A list of powerful locations.
A list of
That you had to go
locations.
personally investigate.
Ashen owes me one debt for successfully finding
a list of
powerful
powerful.
locations.
Compiling a list of powerful. Yeah.
Cool.
Or successfully compiling
Okay.
a list.
Awesome.
Again, because this game is so awesome, 2-hour character creation because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Ashen owes me one
Don't
debt.
worry, I still have to figure out my moves.
All right.
I am of the opinion that the best games have long character creation.
I am
totally
100% agreed.
Okay. So so now that we have the debts, let's get into the session intro move.
Okay.
Cool.
So I think we'll start out, and this is just going by my how you are on the overlay. So Lane, what character do you trust the least?
What character do I trust the least? Let's see. Do I know Carlisle?
Yeah, you'd know me. I don't know why you wouldn't trust me. I gave you an in at my club, and I keep an eye on you.
Okay. Then Wraith. I don't trust Wraith.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That fucks
I
everything
trust
up.
Ashen. Ashen's keeping this thing.
Yeah,
I have
I
to
don't-
trust
yeah.
Ashen.
I
No
think
choice.
you trust me because there's not a lot really known on me. It's just there's this guy, he helps. I'm not
Also-
exactly sure what he does.
Also, I gave you an in at the club, but technically he's one of the one of the people that work there and his family and stuff there. So if he found out and he what's going on, he might
See it.
crush part of your business.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeping
Yeah,
it secret.
I'm not sure.
I
What
would
is
crush-
what is your archetype?
He's a wizard.
I'm a
Wraith.
wizard. I'm a
Oh,
wizard,
wizard.
but
Okay.
I'm a wizard, but most people don't know I'm a wizard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's very hush hush. Only a few know. I don't go around being casting magic ever. I'm usually especially the thing with Ginger. Ginger was probably one of the few people that knew I was a wizard, and then she told Ashen, and that was when I was fine. Because even Carlisle's really not sure what I am.
I know you're something.
There's something about him, but I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And your first name's Wraith.
Wraith. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
So trust the Lisa spotlight. Okay. So Wraith, choose a faction for Lane that you'd like to see Lane kind of interact with.
I would like to see Lane. Lane's a vampire. I would love to see him interact with the mortals.
Okay. Cool. So Lane, mark mortality on your character sheet.
Okay.
And what is a rumor or conflict you've heard about with mortality?
I think that
The best place to interact with normal humans would be in the club, so it might be something nightclubby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
young
something
culture.
nightclubby, something political, maybe. There's some stuff going on with the mayor and their the mayor's working really heavily with like elections are coming up like in the next like it's probably like similar to like this year, like this is election year, so like
Oh.
there's a bunch of politicking going on right now.
How about this? The mayor has shipped in some hunters to take out his political enemies in the supernatural underworld.
Oh, okay, cool,
Nice.
very cool.
Politics at gunpoint. Gotta love it.
I don't think I have a mayor yet. Actually, we haven't we've heard about them, but we haven't actually seen them or dealt with them a lot. So, let's see. Let's go with mayor.
Should it be a real like generic name like Mayor Johnson? Like someone you wouldn't suspect that guy.
Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson,
Mayor
political.
Jonas Sanders.
Jonas Sanders.
Mayor Jonas Sanders
No relation.
Yeah, exactly. No relation.
is bringing in hunters to deal with some supernatural
Is he gonna
stuff.
get burned to death for the meta
Cool.
joke?
So
Bernie
roll.
Sanders.
So roll with that faction. So on the sheet,
Okie dokie.
if you scroll on down to factions, you see that little drop down menu with the different factions in them.
Yep.
Pick mortality and then just pick one of the moves underneath, and you'll roll with that faction.
Oof.
5. Okay. So that means. Come back here. Where'd you go?
That means bad things.
Yes.
Which are
On
fun.
a miss, you're caught flat-footed, unprepared, or unaware. The MC will tell you who is coming at you. So I think you know this rumor because you're being hunted.
Yeah, good work, Vampire, bringing hunters into the game.
Yeah.
I think
So like
it's
while he was investigating, like he got found out essentially, and they're like, this guy needs to be taken care of. He knows too much.
I think it's more the
I think it's more he's a vampire and they're hunters.
yeah.
yeah, and the mayor sees our like the Unseelies like move into San Francisco as a major threat to his campaign. There are people.
Yeah,
there are people. His allies.
Yeah, it's so
in the
interesting because like if you
supernatural
know
underworld
about
want
if
us
you
to
know
get
about
rid
the
of.
supernatural stuff, you have to consider that in your politics too. So like I need to campaign for the
I love that
normies.
it's like
I also need to
It's-
campaign for the supernatural people. So
I love the
It's
idea that he's
great.
like, I heard they brought in hunters to deal with a problem. You go and check it out. Oh wait, I'm their problem. Shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like because of the fact that it's like a win-win for him. Because like I'm gonna get rid of drugs because they're bringing in drugs. That's great for politics, and I'm gonna get rid of those fucking vampires that are causing death.
God, this game is so
It's
good.
a win. It's a win-win both ways. In
When
politics.
people are depressed, they don't vote for me.
Vampire
That's true,
communities
that's true.
make ghettos.
Depressed
Yeah,
people aren't going to
depressed
want to go out and vote.
Yeah.
Vampire communities make ghettos.
Okay,
Large
cool.
groups of
Awesome.
people in
And
all
now
positions.
let's go to Wraith. So who do you trust the least?
I definitely guess I would trust the vampire.
Okay.
I don't really know because I don't really like Carlisle. Seems cool.
Mhm.
Ashen helped me out.
Carlisle
She's
is cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
So
I don't.
yeah, awesome.
Wait,
Lane,
who helped me out?
pick a faction for Wraith to kind of do the same thing you did with.
What does he come under? Is he power or what?
Yeah, Wraith is power right now.
I am
Yeah.
power.
I am power.
I am power.
Power.
I am the knight.
Yeah, Carlisle, you can say I am the knight. So that's cool.
Yeah, I know I can.
That's always cool.
I am the knight.
I am-
Knight.
Crowman.
I'm Batman.
You still with us, Lane?
Carlisle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, you must not have heard. Wraith trusts you the least. So do this. Pick a faction for him to do the same. Deal with this time. Kind of do the same thing you did with like pick a rumor and kind of deal with them.
I'm picking a rumor for
Just
for
pick a faction.
Wraith.
Yeah, pick a faction for Wraith.
A faction.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We'll go.
And he's
with
the wizard.
Wild.
Wild. Okay, cool. So mark Wild if it's not already marked.
It is now.
And
then hit the streets.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do hit the streets is fine.
Oh shit.
Also a
I
miss.
always roll bad.
Well, yeah. So tell me what the rumor you've heard is.
The rumor I've heard is that it's actually it's a rumor involving the werewolves.
Oh.
I think Carlisle. I heard something from Carlisle, and I heard that maybe the werewolves were getting help from someone. Like someone was actually trying to encourage. There was a third
the
party.
werewolves are actually part of Night.
Oh, they're part of Night. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
Wild.
Yes.
Then,
So this would be Fae. This would be something demonic. Or it could be like
Demon Man.
yeah, something that's not like it's alien. Always the word I come to when I just like it's like something that's like out there that's just like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not part of anything else because it doesn't fit in anything else. It's not like a inner
Heard
city
a
kind of thing.
rumor
It's
that
not like
this
a
big evil demon man was doing property deals, muscling people.
yeah,
You were
so
actually in the room.
So it's actually
Forgive
interesting
us.
because Wild, you can actually just come up with some crazy thing. Like I heard that people were seeing tentacles come out of the water and attack people.
Unicorns
It's
are real.
demons, fae, and everything else.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so I heard that there was I know, dude. I'll go back to the Oracle. I've been hearing that there's been like weird fish people coming out of the water.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
Cthulhu.
Aquaman.
Weird fish people. Got it.
Yeah, I think Cthulhu would come under Wild.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
But I remember
Alpha
the Oracle's
gods, yeah,
Oracle's
sounds wild.
dream about like everything started rising from the water.
Now you just make me want to make a tainted who is like an eldritch god. Like, bound.
Awesome. Cool.
So there's been like weird, like mutated, disembodied kind of fish people.
Yeah, you've heard weird rumors about that kind of thing. Cool. So, Carlisle,
Yo.
who do you trust the least?
Who do I trust least? Probably. I would think it would be Ashen.
Okay.
Just because I've been asked to do something, but I don't have any ties to them really.
Sure. Okay, Ashen,
Okay.
pick a faction for Carlisle to deal with, or kind
For
of
Carlisle?
come up with a rumor about.
So I'm Knight. Just yeah.
How about mortality?
Cool.
Cool.
All right. And then so Carlisle, mark mortality on your sheet,
Yeah.
and then
And
yeah,
let's roll.
Yeah, do the roll. Another
Ha!
miss.
No one rolls shit.
Cool. All right. So what's the rumor that you've heard dealing with mortality?
Stupid humans. What would I think? Wizards come under power, so it wouldn't be something to do with them. Mortals.
Maybe-
For an idea of the playbooks that have to deal with it, just for it doesn't have to
Yeah,
be, like,
give me a quick rundown. Yeah.
There's the aware, there's the hunters, there is the veterans. So like basically it's mortality, and then it can be anything normal too. Like this could be like
Yeah.
there's a
Joe
new
at the
there's-
coffee shop.
Yeah, there's like shit going, like there's a robbery that might take place
Because
soon.
it ties to Carlisle's interests, I think he might have heard of an uprising in gangland culture.
Okay. Gangs
So
are
street
starting to be
gang
weird.
street gang violence street gang presence is starting to become more prominent.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Street
yeah.
violence is up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that's kind of might be like tied in with Prismatic's
Just
ghost
Kyle-
character.
And Carlisle's definitely looking into that because that's definitely what he would be like. That's part of what he would be looking into
Yeah.
as things.
Cool. All right. Okay. Got it. Awesome. So,
Do we not get negative? Like, do we not get something since we missed?
No,
do we
yeah,
not
there's
like
no-
he's
yeah.
getting
Means
hunted
that-
now?
Yeah, so we get negatives on it.
yeah, you do. It doesn't have to be in like directly. It can be. It's like you're caught flat-footed, unprepared, or aware. the NC will tell you who is coming at you, and so like it doesn't have to be directly like, oh well. With Lane and Midlot,
I'm not necessarily being like attacked by gangs, but it's going to come up as something that's a problem.
right. Yeah, exactly. Like there's something that
Right.
Carlisle knows. Hey, he heard this rumor, but he doesn't know all the details about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with Lane,
And then he might probe
it
into it and
immediately
get
made
caught
sense for it to be like, oh, well, you're being hunted. Like for these two, like it'll probably like be a little more unclear what exactly the problem is, like that you don't know about.
So as Carlisle starts making his steps into looking at crime and gangs, they'll come up against him probably at some point.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
All right, let's finish off with Ashen. Who do you trust the least?
Carlisle, actually.
The ghost he
he's
just asked to do something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the idea is that he's this wild card for her. Like,
oh yeah, you don't have shit on me.
Cool.
Yeah,
yep,
exactly.
So Carlisle, the same thing. Pick a faction for Ashen.
Let's go. We'll do power. Why not?
Power, cool. So
I'll mark power.
yeah,
Yep.
So mark your power and then roll, and then we'll come up with this rumor. Oh, you actually did pretty well.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So what's this rumor you've heard about?
I think I will tie it with the list that I got from Rafe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be wizard stuff.
Yeah, and I think someone is trying to move into like as many of those places of power. Like they are.
So you've got like what so you have this list of like powerful locations.
That we don't know about. Some faction that we don't know about is trying to get their hands on all those powerful locations that I have list of.
So someone's really interested in in like all of these powerful locations that you have.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I think this will be.
And of course, because I have the list, and Rafe gave me the list, I'm under suspicion.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm almost thinking like. Well, because you have this supernatural because you deal with more normal real estate stuff, but you also deal with supernatural real estate stuff. So I'm almost wondering if
you deal with normies.
Like someone came to you and was like, "Hey, I'm a wizard," or like do you have location like you're down with this stuff? Do you know of any good locations for me?
The word on the street is that I'm dealing with this, so maybe you have locations of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So yeah, so you have this list of like, I've got like 7 locations that are overlay lines or like that. The moon, when it's a full moon, it strikes down in the perfect place to like gather lunar energy or whatever magic bullshit.
Yeah, it would be like that, and maybe like there's a local portal like over here, hidden in like during noon on the 3rd Tuesday of every month. Like a portal opens up in this location in the park.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not since the list was part of something else, so I'm not gonna include that because you you already have that. So like your bonus that you get from this is gonna be something else. So I think.
Would it be maybe awareness of who are untrustworthy wizards? Like if you someone be like, don't sell it to this person.
Yeah. So I think
they're not going to use it for good things.
Since you've been helping them, like maybe you stayed open, like you did something for this person, and now they owe you a debt. So I think it's going to be. I'm gonna look at my list of people just really quickly, just to see if there's anyone that already exists that I want to bring in, or maybe.
Sure.
Bailey.
Yeah, if it was Bailey, Jesus, but they're not here.
Yeah, if Mumbles was here, we could. It would definitely be good to like do that all with him.
Yeah.
I think it's.
By the way, you gave a list of super powerful wizard locations to someone else. Bailey's gonna be pissed at you, dude.
They're not wizard locations. They're
just locations of power, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a thing.
I'm sure.
Their location doesn't mean it has to be a wizard sanctuary or anything.
They're also a cop.
Bailey's also a cop.
You don't know me. You don't know what I've done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think. Okay. Yeah, I have an idea. So
Okay.
I'm gonna look at my MC sheet. So
Yeah, we should definitely have like more than 4 hour sessions.
I know.
Yeah, these sessions.
Yeah, but once
Well,
the character
we've been doing a lot
creation-
of like collaborating on all this stuff too, so it's taking
Mhm.
a little longer as well.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so you, it's a woman named Anastasia. I love
That's a
I
girl
love that like
name.
new people like, oh cool, this is a person, and then people that have been here before are like, oh my god, it's her.
Anastasia.
And so
Okay.
yeah, so Anastasia is a she's fairly young, maybe like late 20s, something like that, and yeah, she's come to you looking for like locations of power. And like since you've been helping her out and like showing her around and stuff, she owes you a debt. One, two,
That's
Ashen.
nice. That's
Cool.
nice to have.
All right, very cool. Yeah, you don't know a lot about her, but yeah, like you know she's like a wizard. She's part of the magical community. Obviously because she came to you and wants these locations, of course. But yeah, so she's she's like she's powerful too. Like she definitely like has like she's young, but she knows a lot, and she knows exactly all of this stuff. Like, no, exactly this location is perfect for like
Okay.
like someone died here and like their spirit energy has like saturated the location. Like she knows her stuff. She's like she's powerful.
Also, she owes me a debt because she explained to me why those locations are important.
Well, she owes you a debt because you're helping her get these locations.
Okay.
So she owes you,
okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, the deal isn't settled yet. Like she doesn't
Oh.
own them yet. Like you're still dealing with her on it, but like you've been helping her out a lot, and so she owes you a debt because of that. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Okay, yeah. So that was our session intro move, and I'm definitely gonna try to do that from now on. I think it's really cool because it not only it gives
Yeah.
everybody a lot of stuff to come up with and deal with.
It just generates rumors for you to use
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really
as
cool.
well.
All right, so we can finally get into our actual play. And so I think I want to see. Let's see here. What's a good thing to start out with?
If you want to quickly run down that street deal, I can just do that real quick. Get out of the way.
Well, I think yeah. Actually, yeah. Let's start out with that.
Dark alley. Somewhere. Somewhere not near the Monarch.
Yeah. It's like it's a nondescript alley somewhere.
It looks like Crime Alley, like where Batman's parents got shot. Like it's just like a shit fucking alley.
Yeah, like two brick buildings next to each other.
Yeah.
We look out and we see just like people walking around. Like it's night. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock or something like that. We probably hear like a gunshot like somewhere in the like off in the distance.
Siren somewhere else.
Yeah, a gunshot, a siren somewhere else. Like a taxi or like an Uber car passes by or something like that, and then we see Carlisle. Like, do you come into being, or are you like are you just?
Yeah, we get like the shot of like the thing, and then like next to a dumpster against the wall, he just appears leaning against it, smoking a cigarette.
Of course.
He just sort of shimmers
We see
into
the smoke
reality.
We see the smoke first, like coming off
Yeah.
the
And
cigarette,
And then a car comes over. And you are there.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
there. We constantly do the thing where something moves in front of the camera and then he just appears.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like we see smoke for some reason, and like it's like unclear why there's smoke coming from behind this dumpster, and then a taxi passes in front of the camera, and then we see Carlisle there with the cigarette.
Yeah. He's
Very
just
cool.
waiting.
Yeah, and so you're standing there waiting, and then around the corner and into the alley. Did you want? Sorry, just to clarify again. Did you want Francois to come, or what did?
Yeah, I left him a note in his car. As
Yeah.
you said, if you're interested, call this number. And then the number was just an address, which was here.
Yeah.
I didn't give him much to go with. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I like your style. Hit me up. And then I'm like, still interested? Call this number. The number,
Sure. Yeah.
location. So I don't know what he brought with him, but
Sure. Yeah. So someone walks around the corner, and maybe there's like a street light that's like flickering kind of about like in the alley, and so like we see something, we see like a silhouette walking in like around the corner and like into light. We see it is Francois. And
I sort of do like the little salute with a cigarette, like.
Yeah, and so he looks exactly like he did before. Exactly like whenever we see him, he looks basically exactly the same. Like this really nice, like super awesome suit. It's like black and it's got like red, pinstripes, like a really dark red. So like it's almost hard to tell, but like if you are staring, you can see it's like a really dark red.
He's dressed like Business Devil. He's a business
basically
devil.
like business devil kind of thing. Like his the little things on his collar are little horns, and yeah, and so he's got like the really nice like done up hair, like business haircut that costs like $250 or something like that.
It's one of those things where like I'm standing in the alleyway in a way where I'm wearing like a nice tux and stuff because I was at a party when I died, but for some reason because he's a gangster, he looks like he's meant to be here too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the shadows fall right. He's meant to be here as well.
Right. Yeah.
Doesn't look out of place anywhere.
Yeah, and so we probably actually see that in the camera. Like, so we see Francois' shadow from the light, but we don't see a shadow from Carlisle. And
there's no shadow.
Yeah. Just to kind of like just do that, and then like so you're smoking, and so so he reaches into like his breast pocket, and then he pulls out his own cigarette, and you have a light.
I pull out a match and light it, and then hold it under his cigarette while nothing happens.
Yeah.
I said, "I do for me." Flick it, and like just shake it out, and it goes like disappears.
Yeah, he like chuckles a little bit, and then he reaches like in another pocket and pulls out like a really nice like probably gold or like platinum, like some really fancy metal lighter, and like he lights.
See, the style's different now. It's super stylish to have a nice lighter. Exactly. Out of character. When I was thinking, it's like you want like a nice box of matches.
Right. Yeah,
like,
it's really cool because we're seeing this contrast between like the nice, really cool gangster back then and the cool gangster right now. Like so he's like it's like a different style of suit. It's like a little more colorful, but it's still dark.
A nice watch on.
Yeah, exactly. Like
maybe some like really nice accessories or something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like Carlisle uses matches. He uses like super awesome, expensive lighter, and he lights it. And I think you guys are just standing there in silence for a few moments while you each like kind of take a few puffs of your cigarettes. It's kind of that like who's gonna talk first kind of thing.
Carlisle has grown very patient.
Right, exactly. Like
we'll go by for a long time.
Yeah. So like we sit there for a few moments, like we see like the cigarettes puff, and then and then the camera follows the smoke up and then back down, and the cigarettes have like gone down. Each of your cigarettes have gone down a lot. To show that you guys have been standing there for a while, just sitting there smoking and staring at each other,
just enjoying a smoke.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like he's maybe he's like leaning against the wall now, like, and you're leaning against the dumpster.
Yeah.
And so he finishes his and he drops it and like stamps it out, and then so you have some business you would like to speak of.
I take my cigarette and flick it, and as I flick it through the air, it just vanishes.
Yeah.
Like after a certain radius, just. Yeah. Been hearing you've been making some moves. It's nice to see people doing things the right way again. People who know how to do business. Good people to know.
Of course. When you do things the right way, it's not difficult to get a good reputation and have that spread. And
I sort of motion out of the alley with my hand. I'm like, that crap out there. People call themselves gangsters running down streets, shooting people in their homes.
Exactly. There's no. Well, you can shoot people. You can sell. Like we look down the alley a different way, and we see like a drug deal going on, like on the other side of the alley or something like that. Just like things like that. It's not. It doesn't last.
I reach into my. I go. I know what you mean. I reach into like my breast pocket and like another pocket, and I'm holding my gun and my pen, and I'm like, I always preferred this one. We're holding the pen.
People do things
and I let them go and they vanish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like we look down to see his watch, and it's like 1:30 or something like that. Like people. Yeah. The best time to do. The real business and the real deals that control things are done the other side of the clock. of course. These things
Yeah,
are
so
these things affect
before-
people. They're strong. They're powerful, of course, but they're still beneath us. The real business, the real things that control things, are done elsewhere.
Well, the reason I've come to talk to you is that I respect people who do things the right way, but when there's multiple people with similar interests, sometimes we run up against each other. So rather than that, I want to do things how they're supposed to be done and be very open with you and tell you what's coming. I don't have anything against you, sir. In fact, like I said, I like the way you do things. But I would like some. I'd like you to know that I might be calling on you to help me with a thing or two in the future. And if you don't, I can make things bad. I know where to press.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, like I might want to squeeze Mr. Fenderbottom, who didn't seem to be too happy with you last time I checked on him.
Lawrence has
I mean,
come
you
around.
can make him. He's come around, and I'm sure after he tells me everything I want to know, you can make sure no one ever talks to him again. But I don't want to have to press. But I'm doing the gentlemanly thing here.
Right, of course, and threats are nice. Threats are good, but without leverage, I think he reaches up and makes a just like he looks like he's like kind of like just stretching his hand. But when he stretches it and it makes a fist, I think you feel like a tightening, which is really creepy to you.
Yep.
Like it just like it's weird because like you don't really feel things anymore, but in your ghostly presence you feel like a tightening.
He's gonna smirk actually.
Like without leverage, threats can be hollow.
It's not a threat. It's just, gentlemanly sharing of knowledge. This is how things are.
Right. Well.
Anyway, if we don't have to see each other, things are going well. And I extend a hand.
Yeah, he turns and he shakes your hand.
Yeah, he can't do that, but we
like
stand there as if he
does
could.
Exactly. Cool.
And then I just sort of nod and then stare at him for a second and then disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And I've turned invisible and I'll walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, he stays there for another moment, and then turns and like as he's walking to the end of the alley, a car just pulls up and he walks up and gets in, and then the car pulls away.
Yeah. Yep. I'm done with this.
And then I think at least the flickering light is how we fade to black when the light just finally goes out and just goes out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do we see like the electricity almost come off it as it like in like a color spark?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, it breaks.
Yeah, it doesn't just go off; it breaks. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Wherever we go next needs to be really juxtaposed. Like I was thinking, cut to the club or something. It's like something like just not silent.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say
like scene in the club.
Okay. Carlisle's heading back to the club. He'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we cut right from that to and we come back in on a guy sitting in a chair in front of a desk, and he has he's got shutter shades on. He's got a giant, a really big beanie, it fits him, and then it has the huge puff thing.
Yeah,
in the back.
puff thing at the top.
The tail that follows.
Yeah, and it's like a hoodie with a jacket over it, and then you can see the slight out, he's got it both are kind of open, and we see a Depeche Mode shirt or something underneath that.
Okay.
We can kind of see his we can't really see what he's wearing too much of what he's wearing below because he's sitting down in front of a desk, and then he looks on his Apple Watch and looks back up.
How much am I not meant to like this guy?
So he looks down and then looks back up.
Seriously.
It's okay, look, lady, I only got 20 more minutes, and then I'm supposed to go back to I'm supposed to get back to work. So like, how like do you think you have any places for me? And then we turn and we see Ashen. This is your real estate office. And
Ashen is like in this very utilitarian business suit.
Mm-hmm.
With a tie even. It's probably like either like dark blue or gray.
Uh-huh.
And she's like going through papers and like, so you are not satisfied with any of this?
I mean, it's just, like none of them are, like you just feel
What
it.
What exactly are you looking for? Like,
it's not
tell
even
me, make me realize, make me see.
I need a place. I need a place that's me, I need a place where I can just be Derek.
Search for residences, douchebag.
Do we see like a bunch of candy jars behind her as well? Like it's like this contrast of like solid colors, and then the only bright thing in the room is this candy that's behind her.
With
like
glass
a bucket,
jars, and they're all
like a
their own
bucket of
colors.
flowers, and a note from sister.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and so like I just need like, it just needs to be like I need to be surrounded by people that can deal with me and that I want to collaborate on like new experiences with,
Let me see. And
give them to me, or drain the life out of them.
She goes to the she goes to the papers.
Yeah, and obviously everything he's saying doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
obviously, none of those.
You sent him over.
He didn't actually really. He didn't even say
Deal
anything. It was just like.
I feel like
he's got a meaningless existence already. I'll just drain all his emotions. It won't change anything.
I feel like I feel like because you always read people's passion, you really wouldn't be getting a lot of anything off of him.
Yeah.
That would probably be the hardest thing for you.
Right, exactly.
It's like his aura, the aura you're reading is just like gray, and you're just like
vapid nothingness.
like really trying to work with me here.
Yeah, I think she's like she wanted to
Wait,
talk
have I
to
already
him.
drained this guy?
I think she wanted to like talk to him and make him see. And when he says that, she's like taking first three like file holders from her desk, from her desk drawer, like puts them, and there are like photos of those like the interior is like brick. Without like any coverage, just brick.
Yeah.
It's just so like without any personality in them. And all of them are like this bleak, empty interiors.
It's just
studio.
This
fake.
one,
Yeah.
this one
Just a
has like
studio
wonderful.
apartment.
And Ashen is probably like trying to sell it, and she's doing like the best she can with like. So this one is in the quiet neighborhood, so you can like
fill this one with all
you
your
can
bullshit.
be yourself. You can be yourself without bothering anybody. And this one is full of like artists, and there are like
you probably have a few
awkward
places where it's like
painters
like a co-op collective or something like that. So like you probably have
exactly.
like,
I like
yeah.
that there's this
Just
awkward moment where you're picking up
present
papers and
those
like,
options like
not that one, just like magic one.
Yeah.
In the stack, like you can get this one. Actually, no, not that one, and just put it.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, exactly.
This one,
No,
I mean,
no.
this one's not good. This one's not good for you. But anyway.
Yeah. It's got like this
Yeah,
marking that's like super powerful fucking location.
Yeah, but
Shouldn't know.
you can see that Ashen is probably like desperate at this point. Like he's busy.
I think yeah. So maybe like there's one that like.
She's just reaching out.
Yeah, there's one that like no one's ever been interested in because it's just like it's boring or like it's there's a bunch of really like it's a really like not a bad neighborhood, just like a neighborhood no one's living because everyone there's like just so like people go there and look around and it's like I don't want to live near these people.
There are like old people there.
Yeah, it's like a neighborhood of a bunch of like it's like an old people neighborhood or something. It's like wait, show me that one again.
Bunch of hipsters and old
She's like sighs like okay. This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, What do you think?
Yeah, I'm getting a good heart vibe from that one, you know?
Like he says that, and she looks crestfallen.
I love the idea. It's like it's really attuning to my aura, and you're looking at him like, no, it's not.
Like I feel like my spiritualness is really getting a good vibe from this place. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
great when you can actually see that about people. Like,
Can we like set it up like to go look this place sometime?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Like she's definitely unsure about it, but like yeah, yeah. The scheduled viewing for this one, of course, the list is empty. She's like, maybe not this day. Like this next Friday.
Yeah. Okay, great, cool.
Like what? Which
Mellow.
hours?
Mellow.
Just take a notebook.
All right. Yeah.
Write down info. Like
Yeah, and he pulls
Yeah.
out. Yeah, he pulls out his phone and like puts in the meeting.
yeah.
oh god, takes out his phone, puts in the alarm, and then checks his watch to make sure it's synced, and then just
Yeah.
I get
Great.
it.
Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. Cool.
And Ashen and as, like Ashen writes stuff, like writes the hour, and she's like, oh my god, I have to be there.
Yeah, I think there's also a moment where you write like you're like sometimes there are humans whose aura means exactly opposite of what they want. And, like, you know, one of those weird
Yeah,
facts, you know, where you're like some people's auras.
You just have a notebook on people you're trying to understand. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
People don't say what they mean.
Right.
no,
Yeah.
it's got
exactly.
opposites attract with the question mark, and you cross out the question mark and tick
Oh
it.
yeah.
like turn it into a giant exclamation point.
There's
Awesome.
a WTF in brackets next to it.
Yeah, so I think we're set for the Friday. Thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Like trying to be
Mellow.
polite right now. Just giving this vibe of like yeah, go please leave my office now.
Okay. Yeah.
Smile
Great.
and nod, smile and nod, smile and nod.
All right. Yeah. I
Just
need to
go.
get back to work at Denny's anyways. So
Yeah.
I'll see you then. Awesome.
Yeah, see you.
God damn it.
Just hate this guy.
Yeah.
He walks up.
Derek.
He stands up and he like he puts his hand out
character
like
who's better
this.
to see.
He's making the move like it's a handshake, but he's doing this to you.
Just
Do it back and
blink.
touch tips.
Like she just takes her hand and touches his fingers with palm of her hand.
All right. Yeah.
Fingers.
Nice piece. Nice piece touch. Yeah. Great. Share the piece.
Okay, peace then.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you.
Yeah,
I feel like he'd
turns-
leave and you collapse in the chair like, ugh.
I think for a minute like the
That
door
was more
closes
draining than
behind
a
him,
vampire.
and for a minute she just like sits in place like stunned, like what the hell just happened?
Oh my god, he was actually a vampire, and he likes annoyance as an emotion and frustration. That's what he feeds on.
He just
That's
fed
awesome.
off you and you don't realize it. He feeds off confusion.
And I think this is the moment when she just phones her sister, and it's
Yeah, okay.
like, Shanna, please tell me that we are set to go out somewhere this evening. I need a break, like as soon as possible, please.
Yeah. So yeah, you call and she picks up.
She has a candy store, right?
Yeah. So like
Weird laughter, like all these sounds.
There's like happy children.
right.
and
Yeah.
it sounds
Exactly.
like
It's totally happy there.
It's like,
Yeah. Exactly. You guys
And
are
we
opposite
get
each
this-
other, so you're having a miserable time, and you pick up, and as soon as you pick it up, you hear her like laughing at something.
it's
and,
like someone
We get a
answered the
diagonal
phone in
wipe.
the
We
Weasley
get a
shop
diagonal
in Harry
wipe
Potter.
when my part of the screen is like gray and bleak, and her is like vibrant.
Yeah, it's very
colors.
vibrant, very
It's like a
saturated
rainbow
colors.
for
Like we see,
hers.
Yeah.
we see the candy store with all like the things where you open it and the candy just pours out of it. Like we see like the rope.
Seriously,
like like red vines
it's
and
like
ropes
someone picked
and
up the phone. It's like someone picked up the phone in the Weasley's place in the Harry Potters.
Yeah,
like when the joke
exactly.
shop. It's just
Yeah.
like it's insane and colorful and
we just hear,
crazy.
we
and
just hear
everyone is happy.
happiness in the background and
Yeah, totally split screen straight down the middle. Just,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ash-
Oh,
like-
yeah.
McNamara Sweets, how can I help you?
And Ashen is like totally desperate, like, please tell me that you have something
Hey
planned
sis,
for us
how's it going?
this evening. I need to go out. Like,
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, great. I'd love to continue this awesome day I've been having.
We cap off to a perfect day.
Yeah.
Yes, I need you to talk. I need you to tell me all about it. Definitely. Like,
Oh yeah, well we had a birthday party planned earlier, and we used the machine where you can make your own candy bar, and all the kids just loved it. It was fantastic. They all had a great time. There's one kid that wanted to put everything in, but he couldn't, and so he made 2 different candy bars with half of the ingredients in each one, and he put them together. It was awesome.
I'm so glad your day was wonderful. Like, oh my gosh.
I feel like you cover the phone for a second and you smack your head against the wall about 3 times and put it back.
And yes, and Ashen is like, thank you.
Oh yeah, it was just spectacular.
She's literally just like, quote unquote, feeding on this positivity right now because this is what she needed. Like, yes.
But yeah, if you want to go out somewhere tonight, we totally can. How about and then you hear her like cover up, like put her hand in the phone, doggy.
Yeah.
And then you hear it like muffled, like. How about the Monarch?
Oh, I've never been there before.
Yeah, I've heard it's really cool.
Yeah, we should check it out. Definitely.
Totally.
Like she's this is this flip for like I had a very bad day. This is going to be wonderful, and I will make it wonderful.
I don't
I
get
just love the idea that you turn up and it's just
Desperation is like evident.
like vampire dude's there, and he walks up behind you, not knowing it's you, and it's like, "You want to buy some drugs?" You turn around, it's him. Like, what the fuck?
All right, yeah, great. When I close up, I'll head over. I'll come pick you up.
Okay, pick me up, please.
Oh god, she's totally gonna like rock up with like the happiest music in the world playing out the car and like dancing in her seat.
Do you need anything from the shop? Red Vine, Twizzler, M&M.
Just reads the full stock list.
Anything. Like, I had a terrible day and I had to forget about it.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Starburst.
Like, I'm just happy that your day was wonderful. And
I'll bring. Okay, yeah, we just got these new things where, like, when you bite into it, it's always a mystery if it's gonna be like it's like a bunch of different flavors, and you bite into it and you're not sure what you're gonna get. I'll bring you a bunch of those because then you can have like things you don't know what's gonna happen, but it's always good.
Oh, she gets the one pack that's all awful. All awful.
It sounds it sounds lovely. Yes, pick me up.
All right, see you then, sis.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, you hear her like someone else say something right before you hang up, like someone else says something, and she laughs at it like ah ha, ha, and then hang up like, just it's all perfect over there.
Like, yes.
Just seething like.
Awesome.
And and this is probably with contrast to like her like previous day where everything went smoothly.
Yeah, the other, like you've had some really great clients, and then today was just a bunch of people that was like nothing, no passion, no anything at all, just like I feel nothing.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, so I think we close off on that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hang up and then like head down or something like that, and just like and then we it like turns and we fade off, and then we fade in on I think we just fade in on the like the front of the nightclub. So like there's like a
establishing shot.
Yeah,
like
we established that. There's like a line out front. There's like the lights kind of going up in the front to show that there's a party there. Of course. I
wonder what kind of car would they drive there.
I was like, there's 2 cars that you share between each other. One is like a Beetle or something like that, like a really nice like spunky car, and then the other was like just a Ford, like a boring like a Fiesta or just like another random car, like totally like again just like that contrast of like it's like a pink Beetle and like a black just boring normal car, like
Of course, bubblegum pink.
Yeah, exactly. And she comes and picks you up in the Beetle, and then you guys go.
And she's playing Spice Girls. And we probably get this like this shot of Ashen like changing in the car with like untying her hair, like making it wild.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
switching into some like less formal clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and so we come in on the front of the nightclub. We see the Monarch sign with like a bunch of lights, people standing outside like waiting to get in with bouncers doing the like checking people. Yeah, so like that's on one side of the street, and then on the other side of the street, kind of across, kind of like in a like the other side is very very bright with all these lights, and so it kind of like on the other side of the street, it's kind of darker. Just it's not dark, but it's darker because of the such light on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And so in this kind of
so crazy,
yeah,
so.
yeah, and so kind of in this on the other side of the street, like maybe in front of a shop or something like that, we see Lane, kind of like seeing all these people in front of the nightclub, and I think you get this like almost like this sense of like everyone there is just like very it's a very emotional place because it's like because everyone's like wants to like go in there and just like do stuff like
some of these people are drunk already, so
yeah, a lot of people that are drunk already, so like their emotions are already running high. Like,
I was thinking that that fairies don't like it when your emotions are clouded. Sorry, no, I mean like vampires. As in like maybe that's why you don't get like huge nightclub businesses for the vampire the vampires are involved in, because it's not as good when there's something clouding their emotions. But yeah, anyway, sorry I interrupted you.
No, yeah, yeah, you're definitely getting a big like sense of like there's like some people that are like the people like you're like it's almost like it's almost like a heat vision kind of thing of like we see it's like an overlay over your normal vision, like we see just like it's like very big concentrations, and then some people that are like very gray. But there's definitely a lot of like emotions, like whether they're clouded or they're very strong and like true or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're standing out front. So I think like tonight is gonna be like the first like or like one of like because you're trying to establish this like new like, you're kind of get your foot in the door in this area, and so I think tonight was kind of like maybe we have the thing with Carlisle and Lane for like making sure Carlisle's kind of on the outside watching in, making sure she feeds and doesn't go crazy.
Yep.
Is there also kind of like maybe like a business deal that you guys are trying to want to try to set up?
Well, I mean, this can be I'll get him into the club, but
Sure.
like it'll just be it'll be one of those real basic things where like he'll just like walk out of nowhere next to you and just be standing next to you. He seems to have just appeared from somewhere behind you.
Rafe, I think somewhere along the day, you got a phone call about like we will have to.
Oh
What?
yeah, Wraith stepped away. We can when he gets back, we can
okay.
we can have that.
Yeah,
we can,
Okay,
we'll fill
sure.
scene until Wraith comes back.
yeah.
We'll go to that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So
Okay.
Lane, you're standing outside, and Carlisle just kind of appears next to you in the same old suit that he's always wearing. Do you say anything to each other?
Yeah, Carlisle always stands quietly and waits
Yeah.
for other people to talk first if he can.
Does
what he
Lane
does.
Lane do the same thing, or does she say something when he like kind of appears, just kind of shows up and is standing next to her?
You there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh shoot, Lane dropped out.
Okay, that makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize about that, guys. Like someone was at the door. I had to go answer.
Oh no,
Oh
no,
no, yeah,
that's fine.
you're totally fine. We were having a
battling-
having a scene with Lane, and she randomly dropped out. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, actually, if while I try to get her back
Yeah,
in, do you
go for it.
Ashton wanted to do a thing with
Yeah,
with-
Asha,
yeah.
I wanted to have like I don't think it would be a phone call. I think she would just text you
Mhm.
with like our business need to talk like when.
I think it would just. I think it would just
because
hit up
she understands that using that terminology like Layla or whatever in like a official communication would be a no.
I think you'd see like dot and it'd be like why don't you just come to the Monarch? I'm working tonight.
Okie dokie. The call died.
There we go. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Cool.
And I think you got the answer that's like literally really question mark and exclamation point, and then like I'll be there tonight. I'll introduce you to someone.
And it would just be like all right, it'd be like KK, sounds awesome, homie.
Oh god, he's doing this shit again.
Yeah, and then it'd be like catch you on the flip side.
He uses the emoji that's like the peace thing that the guy was doing.
Yeah, and then there's a picture.
The peace touch.
And then
it's going to explode. Everyone's going to be doing
it. There's a picture of a guy like a bartender, how they have the metal container shaking. It's one of those guys, and he's like shaking one of the mixed drinks.
A bartender emoji.
Yeah, he's like doing this. He's like going
you.
From side to side as he's shaking it.
Awesome.
This is where Carlisle would slap him if he was there. You're expecting a slap; it doesn't actually happen.
Yeah, so we see that like, text conversation, and then we come back to Carlisle. And Lane. Yeah, Lane was standing outside the in the front of the nightclub, and Carlisle just kind of appeared next to her.
So I knew Carlisle was coming, right? We prearranged this. Carlisle was going to get me into the club.
Yeah.
I just said meet me outside at like 2, give myself enough time after the deal to get back. Right. And then he just sort of like the cameras, we can see you, and then like mid-step he just appears and like steps in next to you.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not dressed for going to the club at all. Right. I'm just dressed in my normal clothes. Normal clothes.
All your thrift shop stuff.
Yeah, and I kind of just look out at the crowd and then angle my head towards where he's like materialized, so to speak. And
I think he like super stands out because everyone is like dressed either really nice or kind of like they're going to like a DJ club party.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of vibe of like people are either very nicely dressed or they're dressed to like hop up and down and bounce but still look formally nice, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and then
you have this person in this plaid fucking checkers and
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think everyone has that like
tailcoat.
Yeah, when you say it's thrift shop stuff, so it's like, oh yeah, I totally like you can picture something. So yeah. Lane probably totally stands out.
Yeah, club. You wear formal clothes. I'll wear my tailcoat. That's what.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, literally, like he's standing there in a tux, and he just sort of like gives you a look up and down, and just shakes his head very slowly. You look suave as shit, sir.
Yes, thank you. Shall we go?
He just sort of motions with his head, doesn't say anything, just sort of like walks across the street.
Okay.
He does the thing where we purposely walk straight up to the bouncers, dodging the line.
Yeah.
He just expects to be let in.
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the tux and plaid, it's just like walking up by himself because no one else can see the ghost. And he's like,
No, I'll material in. I'll actually be there. Mm-hmm. And I'll expect the bouncer to let me in. Walk up.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where they know you at this point.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not wearing a full tuxedo. I'm not wearing like a
Carlisle's in a tuxedo. You're in your you're in your normal it's a kind of formal with like a tailcoat and such. But
I got killed after a super high society party with like the mayor and shit. I look suave as hell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he will always look suave as hell.
Exactly. Yeah, because he died like that, so that's what he always looks like.
Mm-hmm. So he just walks up to the bouncer and expects to be let past with Lane behind him.
I think the bouncer like he's scanning someone, and then like as you walk up, maybe there's two people there. Like one's like the person, like one's kind of standing there. The other person has like the detector out, and they're checking people. Or maybe not a detector.
Smile at him in an unsettling manner.
Not a detector. It's not like a bad neighborhood. It's like he's just like checking IDs and such.
He's
Yeah.
Doorman stuff.
Yeah, doorman stuff. So there's the doorman guy, and then there's like there's
Pat, you know.
Yeah. There's two of them there. And so the one that's not like checking IDs and such, like as the two of you walk up, he gives you both like a look up and down because it's like, and kind of like
I walk up and then like realizing that she looks super out of place. He'll do something very weird. He walks up to the bouncer and he puts his hand on the bouncer's shoulder and actually he's there, and will just sort of nod at the girl, like let her into.
Line's back that way, sir, ma'am.
He raises an eyebrow.
I look at Carlisle and I raise an eyebrow. Like, nothing to do with bouncer. This is you not getting us in.
Mm-hmm. He's standing there. He's doing his gangster presence thing, just staring at this guy with a hand on his shoulder.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't tell me not to come into my club.
Well, it's not your club, technically.
Right, exactly. That's the best part about this.
No, I know, but it's fucking Carlisle. He doesn't.
Yeah. I know.
Cool.
It's great.
Yeah. So I think it sounds like you're either trying to. I guess. Well, yeah. Do you just? What do you do? Do you just give him the look, or do you actually say something and try to?
Yeah, he's just standing there with his hand on his shoulder, actually touching the bouncer, and just dead staring him.
Okay.
With a raised eyebrow.
Sure. So I think it sounds like you're trying to persuade him. Like it's not a vocal
I actually
threat,
can't talk right now because I've selected like.
Yeah, it can be felt and can be seen. Yeah.
Physical. So
cool.
I actually can't speak right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's persuading by not talking. I love it.
I know.
It just gives you that look.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So
You
yeah.
don't
Do
have to say anything to make threats.
Yeah.
Roll your roll your persuade.
What does persuade come under? Do you know?
It's under heart.
Heart. Okay.
Heart.
Heart, stars, and horseshoes. Clovers and blue moons.
I don't even see what I wrote.
Since he's partially.
7.
Okay.
7.
Sure. So yeah, so you look at him and he sees like you're a person that's used to just being let in, and so I think he looks to the other guy and then kind of he steps a little bit, so like he's kind of in front of the other guy and like anybody else that would see. And then he says, like, well, sir, I think if you would like to skip the line, there's going to have to be some sort of arrangement.
Okay, here's what I do. I go in and I go open my wallet, which I assume has about $100 in it, because that's a lot of money for the 50s, but not a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. He just hands him the $100.
Okay.
Which is actually physically there. Like,
yeah.
everything he has is materialized.
Yeah, so yeah, you hand like $100, and I think Lane, you probably like, because you're also like a supernatural being, you kind of have this other sense. You can definitely see that this money that he's handing him is like, it has this weird quality to it. But the guy just he like takes it and like pockets it, and then he like unbuckles the rope and then just kind of like motions the two of you in.
The whole time, the crowd being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, exactly.
On,
you immediately hear just like, "What the hell?" Like
as soon as we walk in, and I immediately turn off being physical, and I laugh as that money vanishes in his pocket.
Right? Yeah. He puts it in, and you
reappears in my wallet.
You vanish, and you you stop being physical, and so like. Maybe we see like the tip of it in his pocket, like we see it, but he doesn't because he's going back to work, and we see it just kind of like fade.
Yeah,
out of his pocket.
You get like this close up as Kyle's putting his wallet away, and it just reappears in the wallet. And he tucks it away.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. I've been waiting to do that one.
Yeah. So yeah, the two of you got in, so you're walking into the club. Once you kind of get in past the coat room and such, you start you immediately you hear like that doosh doo doo like from the noise, and then once you step inside, you like the music like hits you like a wall because you walk kind of into the nightclub area. The Monarch, like it's there's like the big nightclub area where like you go in, like there's like you can see on the front there's like a DJ on stage, and you see like a kind of a small sea of people that are dancing and doing stuff on the floor. The bar is off in a separate room that's like pretty well soundproof, so you can see like
there's one weird roped off table because I love that.
Yeah, there's a table off to the right that's like roped off that like it looks like it hasn't been cleaned, it hasn't been touched in like 50 years, but everything else is nice and new.
There's just a glass sitting on it.
Yeah.
There's just a glass.
Yeah, there's a bar. The bar. You can see like the sign that says bar off to the left, and then you can see like a large stairway, kind of to the right. Up there is like a private room that you would rent rent for stuff. But yeah, this is kind of like the main nightclub area, and you walk into this room and see this small sea of people doing the usual nightclub. Thing.
I'll turn and stand in a way, like I'm standing so that no one's gonna accidentally pass through me as I have this conversation, because that's gonna look weird. And I just go, "I got you in. Don't fuck it up." And then he's just gonna disappear, like step towards his what we know is his table, but do the vanishing act where he becomes physical, but he's not the same.
Sure. Yeah. So you're
okay.
Yeah, your guy has left you, and now you're standing in front of this large sea of people.
I got you in. Don't fuck it up. And then he steps towards that roped off table and vanishes.
Okay.
Again, it's like someone steps through the middle of our conversation and he's just gone on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think basically what I start doing is I start like dancing with random people.
Sure.
Whether they're
yeah, awesome.
And I'm actually quite good at blending in, not necessarily good at dancing, but blending in.
Sure.
And despite my appearance, I don't start doing the waltz with anyone. Just whatever's normally going on.
Yeah, and it's like that, the usual like nightclub, like it's dancing. A lot of people are just moving next to each other. Like some people are actually like doing moves, but like most of everyone's like there's some people, like a bunch of people grinding with like couples grinding with each other, like groups of girls that are like all just moving together. Guys like off to the side, kind of like watching them, and like then there's like just a lot of different moves going on, but it's all generally to the same beat.
I think we see Lane kind of like get close to the lights, so that like all these multicolored lights, she kind of blends in more with it because she's all multicolored. So it's like
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's playing off the light set in the DJ room.
Also, I was thinking,
when we have a second,
what's with these kind of vampires in sunlight? That's a good question. We'll work that out another time. But,
yeah.
So I think
second, I have something to say to Wraith real quick when we get a moment.
Sure. Yeah. Lane's kind of moving in to try to dance with people.
I think like she picks one person and like
sure.
dances with them for a while, like grinds up against them and really gets like into it.
Okay. Cool.
And then she'll like reach towards behind their ear, and she'll pull out this like
you
little,
magic act it. Great.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I got this. This little package that is basically a business card and a pill, and she like puts it in her mouth to like offer it to them.
Awesome.
As in like not completely in their mouth, but like between their teeth, so they have to get to that kind of intimate space to take it from them.
Pull it back.
Obviously, it's best. Yeah, it's best when someone takes it from you rather than you give it
totally,
because then they'll feel like yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then
I think so.
If you like, I can do like one roll to see how.
Yeah, I think we can do. I think it's either. It sounds like you're trying.
If you take this and they go immediately to the staff, like there's someone selling drugs here.
Excuse me, like the music just stops. This person's selling drugs.
We get that thing from like The Simpsons where they're at like what is it, the big hippie concert. It's like, I heard some people in the audience are doing marijuana. It's not cool.
Yeah.
That was
I think it sounds like you're trying to persuade him because you want him to take this.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yep, totally.
Awesome.
I am totally up for that. I am using both promises and seduction. So I have I chose irresistible as one of my moves.
Okay.
And it's not irresistible in the sense that my character is extremely attractive because, well, they're not. You can just like see that. But it's that they have like the sort of like hypnotic quality to them.
Right. Yeah. It's like I bet it's like So like you're attractive enough, but it's not like you're not like bombshell, but it's still just like that. It's like a mysterious kind of thing. Oh, this person's like wearing such weird clothes and like.
Yeah,
what are they doing here? Like they're so confident. They're just walking around like this and like.
She's different. She's
right, exactly. Yeah,
and powerful.
Yeah.
And when she has to, she can just like look them in the eye, and
Right.
there'll be something much more mystical going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, we can do. Well, you can activate your actual powers. Yeah.
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 Very cool.
Like,
Okay, so roll plus heart.
Exactly.
Fortunately, this can't really go terribly wrong. I say
Yes,
that.
Yeah, with
but,
irresistible, it makes
It
it. Yeah.
can.
With yeah.
uh,
Partial.
so 7. That means it's a 10 plus.
Yep.
I treat a 7 to 9 as a 10 plus result.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, absolutely. So so like you have this this card and pill kind of thing like in your mouth, and you're like you two are like this like right up with each other, like, and you're holding it out with your lips, and he like leans forward and like takes it, like bites and takes it from you. I know, like he goes like obviously you're not trying to actually like seduce him, but you're like he thinks you are, and you're also offering
Probably
him
the
drugs.
side effect. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like his lips touch yours a little bit when he takes it, and then he pulls away, and then yeah, and then he takes it and like looks at it, and then he just like bites the pill off of the thing and like takes it and swallows it.
Yep. And then I probably lean in and like kiss his cheek and whisper in his ear, I'll be back next weekend. And then I like draw away and bleed into the crowd.
Yeah, and I think like so I think like you back away,
free.
and we see his eyes like just do that little, like, they're not dilated, but like they kind of start to like glaze over a little bit. Just it's starting to hit him, and so yeah, he just like
Yeah, I think it's probably some sort of like weird fey ecstasy.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah,
augmented
I like idea. There's little bits of like little like almost like slight bit of lightning in like his eyes a little bit, just in the color, and then
Yeah.
it's like starts glazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's like a little bit of sparkle in his eyes or something like that. Just like that, we see like some sort of
like,
fey quality to it. Like it's like
Oh, it's totally called
does-
fairy
it-
dust. It's
It
totally
does
called
like
fairy
it
dust.
does like a zoom up, and you see like some of the hairs on the back of his neck start to like stand up.
yeah.
Guys, it's called fairy dust, and it will make you fly.
It'll fly so high.
Yeah, I think I've changed my
It's
mind
better
on the
than
whole.
Red Bull.
The whole vampires not liking it when it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
thought-
clouded. I think it
would
varies
be-
from like taste.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like from vampire to vampire, and I think there probably are some vampires who like run nightclubs and stuff because
Right, yeah,
thinking
totally.
of fiction, that does seem to add up.
Yeah, they're very
I love the
like
idea that-
intense, intimate place. So like,
Yeah.
there's probably some where it's like, oh no, like drugs are like I like it to be pure, but then some people are like, no, like drugs make it better. Like if you get a human that's just like all up in that, like all their emotions are just high, and you just feed on that, and it's so good. Like
If you
yeah.
think feeding on normal fear, wait
right,
till
is that
they're,
like it's like
enhanced.
like there's like there's foodie vampires. It's like no, like I just want a human that's just like pure, like they haven't been tainted too much, like. You just get them really happy or really sad, and just feed on it.
And specifically slight frustration.
Mm-hmm.
No other emotions. Don't know anything like that. But just slight frustration.
Yeah.
Like that.
I love the idea that after we do this scene, because like I got her in, and then she goes and does the drug thing. We zoom back outside, and one of the people complaining in the fucking line is Ash. I'm like, what the fuck? Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Or like,
I think,
yeah,
I think
like, what was that?
we see that, and then Lane kind of like move away from him, like fluidly just move, and he just like starts to like he nods at her, and then just like starts to like dance by himself because he's flying high, and then we like kind of
like flailing.
yeah he's just doing like a white like thing, and then
If you tank that role, you could have killed them in the club, and then that's really bad. They OD'd or something.
Yep.
and so yeah, then we the camera moves back outside, yeah, and we see Ashen and her sister in the line, and I think your sister's like, oh, people can't just cut, that's so rude. And then
I'll deal with this.
and then I think we fade to commercial because we're gonna take a short break right now. So yeah, so we're
people can't cut. That's so rude. And they step through the door, and then we get like the doors closed, and we get like the scene break.
yeah. You guys have just gotten
Like
in
the
like
internal doors swing
yeah.
closed again, like the entryway doors. That you
yeah
walk
yeah
through
the
after
door
the-
shuts, and that's how we fade off. So you guys have like gotten in past the bouncer, and
Everyone's in the club now.
yeah
We're all there.
So so that is the end of our second part. We're gonna come back after a short break to our final part of the day. We'll have about an hour of we've got all the creation stuff done. So the next section is all gonna be just scenes and moves, and
We have
people
all four
doing
characters
stuff.
in the club.
All four characters
Okay.
actually are gonna be together, which is gonna be really cool to see.
This club.
So yeah, we're gonna have a short break.
This club was
once
the
again,
best thing we've come up with.
Yeah, the club is
Club is the
that was
best.
very cool. Yep. So we're gonna take a short break. Go do your thing, bathroom, water, whatever you want to do, and come back for some more City of Fog. See you in a little bit.